Morning, guys. Just going to do a little Bitcoin macro update today because it has been a while, and obviously the last one we were saying that we thought this was a five-wave rise coming to an end. Obviously, it's kept extending. The weekly bear div that was brewing is completely invalidated. It's obviously taken more time now. It needs to happen in 11 candles or less. We're now up to, you know, 13. And obviously the RSI has gone higher. So that weekly bear div is completely invalid. The monthly is about to close today. It didn't, that I thought this weekly here was going to fade, and it hasn't. Um, and obviously this monthly candle is actually going to be insane. I don't think on the monthly, looking at this looks like any kind of five-wave rise whatsoever. I think it looks more likely that it's actually a wave three still underway. And obviously, I think once we break all-time highs, which seems almost inevitable at this point, it just seems like, this is going to be an impulsive rise, and there's not going to be any echo bubble like we saw in 2019. Obviously, it's a new bull run, completely different structure. The bear market structure was different to the last one, and obviously the bull market structure is different to the last one as well. That's how cycles seem to unfold. So with that in mind, anticipating this to be a monster wave three up on the monthly, if we zoom into the weekly, I guess what that would mean is this leg up here that we see here is probably also another 1-2, and it's probably going to do something like this, or maybe lower, sort of break out from the all-time high, then retrace and test it again, and then do something like this. So yeah, I do think ultimately between 120 and 130 is probably a good target for where this five-wave rise from the bear market lows ends. Personally, I just don't think it goes much higher than that. I think each cycle sees lower and lower multiples. I don't think, a lot, obviously I've seen some crazy targets getting thrown out there, 200K plus over the last week. I don't think it's going to get. I think between 120 and 130 is probably around about where I think we're going to top out this cycle. Obviously, alts, once Bitcoin breaks the all-time high up here, alts are going to start performing much better. If we look historically, FBTC last cycle started its monster run 2 weeks after Bitcoin made a new all-time high. The Sol BTC all-time low before it went on its monster 2020-21 run also happened around about 3 weeks after Bitcoin broke its all-time high. So I think alt season probably won't start for a few weeks after Bitcoin breaks all-time high. And we haven't even broken all-time high yet, so we still have plenty of time. I don't think alt season has actually begun yet, even though our particular alts that we've been trading have been doing extremely well against Bitcoin. I think the vast majority aren't still. We've just been picking and backing some early runners, which is great. Basically, looking at this, I think, yeah, this is going to probably keep extending. This monthly that's about to close is absolutely insane. I think we're extending again here, and it's most likely that we're probably in a monthly wave three up. Now, if we zoom right in here, just so we get some lower time frame price action happening, it's getting extremely hard to count because of how parabolic it is, but I think this is probably an ABC underway here. I think this is probably an A, this is probably a B, and we're probably going to come down and sweep this low here, this wick low. And then I think that'll be an ABC, and then it'll probably start continuing up again. So any sort of price below 58.4K, I think is a good zone to expect. A bottom and a reversal. Right now it's looking choppy. I could be wrong. This could also end up just going sideways and end up being some kind of triangle or something, or break up first and then pop down again. But ultimately, I think the high time frames look bullish, and I think if we do take out that wick low, that would be a good zone to be expecting a reversal from. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the low time frames and more importantly the high time frames. Weekly bear divs that were brewing completely 100% invalidated now. The monthly candle is just going to be absolutely mental. Obviously this on monthly, this looks like a wave three up, and I think expecting all-time highs from here is far more likely than expecting any kind of massive dip. And yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Bitcoin and potential timelines for alt season as well. So cheers, guys. Bye.